Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get to this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Where do I find the advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So, if you want to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Hey guys, and welcome to the episode of Marvel Tuesday. Sorry for the background for the outside. Well, not that hard because the windows are open, the doors are open, and I'm outside. And we could just talk about the after Avengers Endgame. But, although we are going to have, of course, some topics to talk about. Alright, here we go. Okay, guys, the next one we're going to be talking about, of course, is... First... Sorry, folks. First, we're going to be talking about, of course, is, Lauren Miller. It's Lord and Miller. After they have been successful with the Lego movie, and the Lego Batman movie, and Lego Movie 2, the second part, although not so successful with, the Lego Ninjago movie, and they were not, and after they were canned from Lucasfilm for making Solo Star Wars story too damn funny. But their success has once again become successful. Matching a total comedy and drama with, of course, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Sony does have plans for them to develop a Marvel TV universe. Well, we already have the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Sony Universe in the world of Marvel, even though that's going to be unlikely successful. And we already had a Marvel Netflix universe, which turned out to be a failure. And now we already have but now we're getting a Marvel TV universe. Well, yeah, I know Marvel Cinematic Universe was successful with most of the films, but the only flops were Thor: Dark World, Iron Man 2, And of course, Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel. And that's what I was saying. Although we do have a... No, I got a Transformers movie. Yet I haven't seen Transformers. But tomorrow, if I do have a day off, I will go see it. But, you know, other than that, Lauren Miller are planning to develop the Marvel TV universe with, of course, with Sony, who's already developing the Marvel video game universe. Since they have Iron Man VR. And we're going to be Iron Man. Alright, guys. The next one. Well, after these topics I'm going to talk about is, of course, going to be containing some spoilers. But that's going to be the main topic, the main event. But let's go to this TV. Let's go to the TV that's coming to FX, which is, of course, now owned by Disney. Although we did have to take a look at we did get a closer look from FX. Legion is gonna have season 3, and when will this series come out? Of course, it will come out with of course, is of course, well, we are going to get a new season, of course, around June 24th. Yeah, June 24th. Do I need to say more? Although the next one I do want to talk about is, of course, the Disney Plus shows, which are coming to Disney Plus. First, we are going to talk about, of course, what's going to be the fate of Falcon, and what's going to be the fate of Loki. Well, what I do want to say, of course, is, they're gonna have shorter episodes. No, it's not gonna have 10. It's gonna have it could be a 4-hour, it could be a 4 2-hour episodes, or it could be a 6 30-minute episodes. Or an hour, I don't know. But you know what? I am actually okay with this. And yes, and I'm also okay with making it a one episode. A one episode film. That's it. Like a one episode per week. Binge watching can ruin. Like Stranger Things. But again, I haven't watched Stranger Things. Just because I haven't watched it, that doesn't mean I don't like it, There is some. There's like a couple of Stranger Things actors are in there, like the children, you know, like the child. He was in Shazam, and a mother. She was also in Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, and of course you have the one who played the sheriff in Stranger Things. He was also Hellboy. Well, praised for his performance. The movie was criticized. But hey, he put in one hell of a performance. Not gonna lie. He actually put in one hell of a performance, I might add. But then again, that's really strange things, you know, going on. But 4 2-hour episodes or 6 1-hour episodes per week? Yeah, I can't see why not. I cannot see why not. Wouldn't hurt, right? Well, only time will tell. And speaking of Disney Plus, well, we already know that we have a transition. We already know that the Marvel Netflix universe had tragically been destroyed. Been tragically destroyed with cancellation after cancellation after cancellation after cancellation and after cancellation. Anyway, with cancellation after cancellation after cancellation and after two cancellations, it's destroyed. So we got Marvel's Daredevil actress, Elodie Young, who is famous for played Elektra, who is infamously killed by Bullseye. Infamously killed by Bullseye. Has been casted for the sci-fi fantasy called Secret Society of Second-Born Royals. Yeah, Secret Society of the Second-Born Royals. Yeah, it is a fantasy coming to Disney Plus. But other than that, you know. And yeah, that's what I heard as I watched the Disney Plus updates. And yes, this is coming to Disney Plus with the former Marvel Netflix universe. The former Marvel Netflix universe actress gonna play in that fantasy sci-fi Disney Plus series. I don't know which one it'll be under with. Well, I know it's not gonna be under Star Wars because Star Wars is a sci-fi, and it can't be under Marvel either. So, like, there's it could be 4 places. Disney animated studios. Well, I mean, it could be under Pixar. It could be under 20th Century Fox, or it could be under Nat Geo. you know, I mean, we already had National Geographic of Albert Einstein. And we already had the one with Will Smith. And we already had the world according to Jeff Bloom coming. But I think the 4 categories would fit. Disney Animated, 20th Century Fox, Pixar, and of course, Nat Geo. And that's the banner for, you know, for her next. Even though we already have one transition from the Netflix to Disney Plus, well, we already have the one for. Well, we got one from the movie, the MCU actress, making a transition from movie to the streaming service. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news regarding to one of the X-Men universe. But this one is not good news. And it is sourced for comicbook.com. And the topic by Charles Ridgely say, New Mutants gets a new release date from Disney. And I know what you guys asking, how could that be bad? Well, I will tell you right now, here's what he has to say. The Walt Disney Company sent out an official slate of upcoming Disney films from all of its various properties on Tuesday morning, showing the plans of certain franchises all the way through 2027. While the years way in the future are mostly up in the air, or now have plenty of clarity about the next couple months, couple years, next couple movies, what Disney is choosing to do with everything it acquires after purchasing 21st Century Fox. This includes the New Mutants, the X-Men based film that Fox was originally supposed to release last year. There have been several issues with the production of New Mutants, including a round of tumultuous reshoots to make the film more frightening, though those never actually happened. Some wonder if Disney would ever actually release the movie now that the House of Mouse owns it, but it looks like it will indeed see the light of day. Well, that's good. In the announcement of the upcoming Disney slate, Disney reveals that it has moved the New Mutants off of its August 2019 release date. Oh, that's good. Instead, choose to give the film its debut in April 3rd, 2020. Oh, not good. Oh no, this is not good. The New Mutants was reportedly gonna endure a massive round of reshoots in order to make the film scarier for audience. However, before that could happen, Disney purchased Fox and the rights to the movie. With the New Mutants apparently being the issue for Fox, the pending introduction of the X-Men into the MCU, the release of the movie seemed likely it might not ever happen. Yes, Disney delays New Mutants once again. But this announcement means that the company does have plans to put it into theaters. New release date is also good for Disney, considering that there will be only 2 Marvel movies hitting the theaters in 2020. New Mutants likely won't be a success at the box office as a film from the MCU. It will still help fill the void between Spider-Man Far From Home and whatever Marvel's next release is. Yep, that was some breaking news, and no, everyone, this is not good. In my opinion, that is not good. I gotta wait 11 months. We all have to wait 11 months to see it. But now we got that breaking news out of the way, we're gonna get to the topic I would have talked about. We've already had heard that there might be a rumor that it takes place in the 50s. Although I will just read the spoiler-free territory only. If there's a spoiler there, I will stop the article. You don't have to worry about it. I will not go into full detail. Just read the spoiler-free territory. The source is from Michael Walsh saying that it'll take place in the 50s. A big part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe future involving moving to the small screen and shows starring Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Wanda and Vision will debut on Disney+. We still don't have a lot of idea. The details of the explored and limited series. How will it connect to the movies? But finally, the Scarlet Witch herself has now offered up the WandaVision, hilariously named WandaVision, because the 2 of them are going back to the 50s. And yes, it's Elizabeth Olsen. Here's what she has to tell Variety at the red carpet premiere of Endgame. There's quite a few other comic books the show's writers will be pulling from. That at Disney Plus launch, they showed a picture of Wanda and Paul Bettany's Vision in the 50s, which she describes as a good teaser for the series. It also had their series will have a 6-hour runtime. You sure it's gonna be like a 6 episode an hour or a 2-hour 3 episode, or a 3-hour 2-hour episodes, or a 6 1-hour episodes, or something like that? Alright guys, that's gonna do about it for not for the episode. Now we are in the main topic, the main event. And of course, there's gotta be a spoiler warning. If you guys haven't seen Avengers Endgame, do not listen to this. Just stop the audio right now. But if you do have seen Avengers Endgame, I will go through. Hey guys, if you did see Avengers Endgame, welcome. I'm gonna give you a kind of a breakdown for what I just saw. We saw Peter Parker, the aftermath of Endgame. He started off really upset. And he admitted to when he admitted that every time he see Iron Man, who had unfortunately died after Endgame. And yes, and you know, I just wanted to say, of course, that he was talking to Happy about it, and Happy was also saddened. You know, give him some comfort. And talk, I meant. You know, not much of a hugger. Yeah, I understand. But then we saw the fight scene. It was pretty awesome. The fight scene between Iron Man and the burglars. Armed burglars, and then he's going to relax a bit. It told him that he's going on vacation. Like, really, he's going to go on vacation. Then cuts to Marvel Studios. And then we saw Happy. And then we saw Happy from, you know, of course. And he said, "You do not hang up on, you know, Nick Fury." And Peter told Happy he don't want to talk to Nick Fury. And then Happy just admitted, even though he would be the one talking to Nick Fury, he don't like talking to Nick Fury. And then he just ghosted him. And he said, You do not ghost Nick Fury." But then we have some hilarious trip antics with the gang. And then we saw Ned, Peter Parker's best friend. And quite useful. And yes, he's the one I mentioned. He's the one that told the librarian he was looking up at porn. But even though it's a PG-13 movie and he was actually talking to Happy, he was actually, gearing up. Even though he just faked looking at porn. But although, he just, of course... Oh, no. Dad, no. He's fine, everyone. Don't worry, he's fine. He just got out cold. Don't worry about him. And here comes Nick Fury. And then we saw him meet Jake Gyllenhaal, who is playing Mysterio. And I say he's the villain, not the hero. Because he's good at tricking the heroes, and he's good at tricking the villains. I didn't know he's a super villain. He's tricking the he loves tricking the heroes. And although I do wanted to say, I am, really satisfied. And then we mentioned Thor. Peter Parker mentioned Thor. He needs some help from Thor. But he was outworld with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then he then mentioned Captain Marvel. And she said she's unavailable. Wait, really? She's unavailable? Wow, that's not gonna turn out to be such a bad film in Phase 4 after all. I think it'll be the Multiverse Saga. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, wait. That was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's multiverse, but other than that, I'm beginning to get interested in this saga. And then Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio just tells Peter Parker that you know, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. But although before we cut to what happened with the city, Peter Parker was going to admit to MJ, played by Tom Holland's real off-screen girlfriend, Zendaya. And Zendaya just told him, she knows that he's Spider-Man. She's kind of obvious. And then we cut to now the city, and then Mysterio finally the villain. And then we saw a picture of Iron Man in chalk or paint with candles surrounding the art in the wall. The Peter Parker went up and it went up. And then placed the Spider-Man theme from the 1960s version of Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, whatever Spider-Man can. And then we cut to Happy, saying, you know, that's just warning the kids that you know, they come with him. You know, the safety. And then he told them that he works with Spider-Man, while the bully who is in Spider-Man, who was on Homecoming, bullied the Peter Parker, but also who is also a fan of Spider-Man, just says, "You work for Spider-Man?" And Happy reminded him he works with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. And then with the explosion, it's like, oh, okay, new plan. And then it ends the trailer. I thought it was really interesting. Well, you know, with the sadness first, okay. Okay, guys. We're gonna end the things with the Endgame related news. Alright, here we go. I just want to cram this up with one topic. Cram this up in two topics into one. We're gonna start off with some very, very interesting news, and then I'm gonna get to the bad news. First off, Endgame has knocked down Titanic and its predecessor, Avengers Infinity War, for a mark of $2.189 billion. Wow! Wow! And yet, still sitting on the throne is Avatar from 10 years ago, made by James Cameron. Although, I will, of course, we'll say, we're at an endgame now, and hopefully Avatar will be at its endgame, as it will try to become the first film to raise $3 billion. That's a whole lot of dollar. Okay, now we got good news out of the way. And now, it's time for the bad news. Do you guys ever love going to the movies? Have you ever stay at home if you can't go to a movie because you're sick? Well, I got some bad news. If you're one of the Avengers Endgame audience, yeah, before I get to this, before I'm going to say this, yeah, you got my say? Well, they've been exposed to measles, and yes, usually I don't keep up with the news, like everything, politics or anything, just sports and entertainment. That's it. But health, I can tell ya. But I can tell ya, I will say is this. Of course. And yeah, there has been late cases of measles outbreaks infecting the whole state. And that includes my home state of Texas. And yeah, that is really unfortunate. Yeah, because but lately there's been cases is at the all-time high stakes, and that number is of course 708 cases. It's been 708 cases of measles around the Avengers Endgame audience. It's one of them, but yet it affects the children. But yes, there was a case of the outbreak of measles, which is just as bad as the Black Death in the 14th century Europe. The Black Death, which wiped out third of the fourth populations of Europe. And that was really unfortunate, with the Black Death. But the measles outbreak, it's just as bad as the Black Plague in Europe, known as the Black Death, which caused by a rat. But the measles, don't usually just affect the children, but it also could affect adults too. And although in a recent news I got was the cruise that of course we are as a cruise at the Scientology was affected at a cruise ship at the Society of Scientology, which they only believe that Ron L. Hubbard, but I'm not gonna. But like I say, I'm not focusing on religion. I'm just focusing on measles outbreak. I feel so sorry for the Avengers Endgame audience who went to see the movie and I don't know which state, but there was a measles outbreaks, and California was one of them at the 22 states, but the Carolinas were don't get affected with the measles outbreaks. So far Texas was originally the origin, like in 2009, start out with the swine flu, and then later at 2014, the outbreak started around Ebola. Yeah, that's my hometown. Talk about my hometown. And then after Florida's origin of Zika, Texas has also is one of those outbreak victims. And now we got a measles outbreak in Texas. Yeah, because very important to keep your keep your health in check, everyone. And yes, we're gonna make sure to get some shots. And if the children are scared of needles, make sure to hold your child's hand and tell them it's gonna be all right. While they look at you, while they don't try to look at the needle, you can look at them. You can look at your child and tell them it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, let them know everything's gonna be okay. Thankfully, it's just, as it's really, very important for your health, for your child's health. Just, it's just, I feel so sorry for everyone who went to see Avengers Endgame. The movie theater had been exposed to measles, the measles outbreak. Alright, guys, it's time for me to end the episode, and make sure to have your shots, or, to prevent from getting measles, and prevent from your children, if born, to prevent from getting diagnosed with measles. Because that is, really unfortunate. Okay, guys, that's going to do about it for Marvel Tuesday. Congrats for Marvel for Endgame surpassing its predecessor and Titanic, and looking forward to see if they can finally not only become the first movie to reach $3 billion, but also to knock down Avatar, as it's still sitting on the throne for 10 years. And Laura Miller developing a TV show, and of course, the Marvel Disney Plus shows will be shorter than expected. But although I do want to wish everyone to get healthy. Alright, guys, that's going to be about it, and I will see you guys next time.